plateau here in front of us between about 550 guys from the 140th New York, from Rochester, New York, and about 800 to 900 guys from Texas, the 4th and 5th Texas, on this plateau here. The Confederates are defeated and driven from the hill by Colonel O'Rourke's bayonet charge. Colonel O'Rourke died a pretty gruesome death. Of course, we all know what happened to Custer. The Native Americans made a pincushion on him.
What did how did O'Rourke die?
Shot in the throat.
Oh, that's from here.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, charging down the hill. He got right about where the monument is. Down this way, boys. Wham! Down he went. Now, we're in the minutes of that happening. The Union Army pulled 5 cannons up here to the top of the hill through the woods by hand. There was no road here in 1863, so each cannon weighing a ton were pulled to the top of the hill. And the cannons you see up here at the top of the hill were not here, or not at the same place during the battle. They were much more dispersed on the hill. Imagine pulling each cannon, each weighing a ton, through the woods behind us. It took 30 guys to pull 1 cannon up here to the top of this hill. Now the front of the hill would be open just like it is today. In fact, more open, because the valley in front of us is called the Valley of Death. And this would have been a cattle pasture for 200 head of cattle at the time of the battle. There was very little brush, very scrubby trees. They would have been there.
How about the tree line that's there now?
The tree line in front of us is where General Sickles put his men. General Sickles, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, heard the Southerners were out in that second line of trees from the scouts. And then General Sickles, without ever coming to the top of the hill, took all of his 10,000 men off this hill, puts them down in Devil's Den, through the trees to the right of Devil's Den, out through a clearing where there was a wheat field, where you see that white car park, that silver car park, and then he puts 5,000 men out there where you see those red barns along the Emmitsburg Road. And the Confederates are out in the second line of trees. At 4:30 in the afternoon, the Confederates came out of those trees. They were commanded, the first attack was John Bell Hood's division. They were out in the woods behind that white barn. And they came towards Devil's Den, Big Round Top. They're the Alabamans, the Texans we were talking about. General Hood got shot out near that white barn. He got shot in the arm, lost his arm here at Gettysburg. It hung limply as a crippled left arm for the rest of his life. Piece of shell hit his shoulder, and it hung limply for the rest of his life, kind of withered away, kind of like this. Kind of creepy, but then 2 months later at the Battle of Chickamauga, he got shot in the leg with a cannonball, and they amputated his leg at the hip. And then 3 months after that, his fiancée dumped him. That's so cold, isn't it? No arm, no leg, they kicked him to the curb. He was only half the man she thought he was.
But he got a nice fort named after him.
Yeah, he got a fort out in Texas, not too far from where I grew up.
Yeah, that's where I was stationed.
What's that? Or Fort Hood? Yep. The armored division out there.
Yep.
So where did Sickles go? He went way out there. He put his men out in Devil's Den, left this hill undefended except for 8 signalmen over here near General Warren's statue. You see the statue over here to your right, the man with the binoculars? That's General Warren, the chief engineer of the United States Army. And he twice brought reinforcements up here. First time he brought Colonel Vincent and his brigade